It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets take to the road. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And it's been home cooking for the Spurs in the midst of a homestand here in San Antonio. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and have their win total.
And I think for San Antonio, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
That's why you have to give a ton of credit to the players in terms of how they've played all season. And they aren't done yet.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. We've got Williams. Monk is out there with Carter Williams. Then there's Batum. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5 spot.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now Leonard. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. Count that one. And in these early stages, Chris, of the season, how quickly do you start to get a sense of where your team stands and how good they can be or how bad they might be?
I would say that first 20 games is a really good kind of litmus test. It gives you a pretty good gauge to see where your team is. You're going to get to play against teams from both conferences. You have some really good teams and bad teams in that mix. So you kind of see how you play in all situations. Those first 20 games, you establish who you are.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Steve Clifford had a few minutes to share with me. He said a primary concern is to prevent those easy three-point looks from outside. He said closing out hard on the shooters is going to be the key. If they don't bother the shooters, he said, it's going to be a very long 4 quarters. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. Now here's Carter Williams inside. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Kaminsky.
Wonderful concentration from the agile Williams. He's terrific at getting whatever shot he wants down low.
Gasol kicks to Parker. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And Parker has such speed and creativity, just causes the defense fits in terms of how to properly guard it.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Kaminsky. That shot missing. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Oh, I know this feeling. They're in that special zone where you feel untouchable. They haven't missed in a while.
Now here's Williams. Basket, good. Williams has got 6. You watch Batum play, and you can see how unselfish he is, Chris, as a player. Great passer, always gets solid assist numbers, but sometimes, just sometimes, you just want him to be a little bit more aggressive and looking for his own shot.
Well, Batum must have heard you because last year he wasn't shy about letting it loose. He put the shots up, and he's improved the rate in which he gets to the free throw line where he's just lights out. With his first step and his length, you would think he could draw a ton of fouls when he's on the floor.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
And the Hornets team that, while they have added rotation players via the draft, they haven't been able to draft a star to build around yet.
Oh, well, and with the Hornets, their best pick has been Kemba Walker back in 2011. I mean, they've traded away a lot of their picks right after making them. However, that might change as they lucked out with Monk falling to them.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Anderson, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis Bertans comes in for Leonard. Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Parker.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Goes up. Anderson with the block. Aldridge drives in, and the dunk by Aldridge.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Let's see some numbers here on Frank Kaminsky.
How he performed last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team. And that's already a second foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Anderson off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Stone. Kaminsky kicks to Graham. Here's Stone. He's covered by Murray. The shot, no good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Laverne dishes to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. Bertans kicks to Green. To the paint. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Murray.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Spurs lead by 13. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone, to Lops. Spurs leading by 13.
Well, yeah, Steve Clifford has done an amazing job here with the Hornets. One of the most underrated coaches in the league right now, and a big part of the Hornets' success. He's done a great job at maximizing the talents of his team.
On the floor for Charlotte, MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Then there's Julian Stone. Then it's Kaminsky, and it's Graham in at the 2 guard. Kaminsky kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The feed to Stone. They set the pick, and the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. And with Steve Clifford, you wouldn't be surprised if he won a Coach of the Year award in the future. Chris, his peers around the league admire what he's been able to do.
Well, and the fact that the Hornets have been a perennial playoff threat under him is huge. For a long time before Clifford, the Hornets couldn't string together winning seasons. The change from then to now, under his watch, has been huge.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Davis Bertans. To the inside, got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kid Gilchrist.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career, something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I had one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Poked away. Stone passes to Kaminsky. Here's the teardrop. He lays it in. Kaminsky's got his first points of the night.
Such an advantage for Kaminsky. He can finish inside with either hand.
And Laverne kicks to Anderson. Back to Green. Feeds it to Anderson. Gay drives in. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Now here's Carter Williams, covered by Mills. Zeller dishes to Batum. The shot by Carter Williams, nobody around. Off target with his three.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for Michael Carter Williams. He goes from Rookie of the Year to getting traded, then traded again. Had a lot to live up to after that award, but the expectations might have been a bit unfair.
Monk, no one around him. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Spurs leading by 15. Pass to Mills. It's tipped.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Zeller can send your shot back.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Marcus Aldridge has checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Zeller passes to Carter Williams. Picked by Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Carter Williams.
That's got to be encouraging to see. Carter Williams expanding his range, demonstrating his soft touch from outside.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
For Charlotte, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And the basket by Ginobili.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Over in the corner, Williams. And again, the Hornets missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Leonard, no luck.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy deuce.
It's good. That's now 8 points for Williams.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Here's Aldridge. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Hornets.
And the corner 3 has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range triple.
Davis Bertans checks in for San Antonio. DeJounte Murray comes in for Manu Ginobili. Kicks to Batum. 13 feet away. And no good. And the Spurs going the other way now. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, they really controlled the pace on both nights, which is probably why they made the playoffs. And the other team was left on the outside looking in.
Here's Zeller. Rebound by Murray.
Yeah, good interior D there. Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
Leonard inside. He's guarded by Williams. And Leonard gets it to go.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is Carter Williams. Pass to Monk. Shot to stop the run. Charlotte no good that time either. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Spurs. They lead by 18. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game. We saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio? And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away.
A time-lapse view of the Friendship Torch and all the activity around it. Spurs leading by 18. Skill tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gasol in at the center. That's the San Antonio 5. A shot by Batum, no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And stolen by Aldridge. Down low. Here's Parker. Second chance shot. Count it. Good. 14 points for Aldridge.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Knocked loose. The dish to Carter Williams. Here's Batum. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
Well, in addition to Batum's solid perimeter shooting, he is also very efficient from the mid-range, dropping in these shots consistently.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. And LaMarcus Aldridge again. Aldridge has got 16. And Chris, the Sacramento teams you were on were so good at passing at every position. Just what is needed to build a kind of offense that does pass the ball like that, that's as fluid as that?
Well, 2 things. You have to have the offensive system, and then I think you have to have players with the skill set. You know, you can't really be a good passer if you're not a good scorer, because everybody's just going to stay back off of you and deny their man. But when you're a pretty good scorer, everyone has to watch you just as much as they watch their man, because you're just as much of a threat with the ball as you are passing. So I would say there we had guys that really could move the ball, that really could shoot the ball, so they were a threat. And all they had to do was be kind of a decoy. Pump fake, attack the basket, draw another guy, and then pass it to a guy that's willing to shoot. Unselfishness is a big trait, too, that you have to have. Guys that like seeing their teammates score, guys that enjoy seeing their other players get involved into the game. That's really important.
Wow, what a great breakdown. There's the pick. Here's Monk. Charlotte no good that time either.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Leonard dishes to Gasol. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
And the long arms that Gasol has is what allows him to drop dunks on defenders. What a powerful force close to the rim.
Here's Mills. Drops in the layup for 2.
Now, this is exactly the start they wanted to this half. They've only missed one shot in 5 attempts.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Here's Stone, covered by Mills. Mills with the steal. Hangs in the air. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards. Just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Leonard. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Graham's checked in, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in. Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. Pick by Zeller. Stone kicks to Kaminsky. The pass to Graham. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Stone. Anderson with the block. They retain possession, and they're able to recover. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. Murray's checked in for Patty Mills. For Charlotte, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
Tries yet again, and Kid Gilchrist with the nice bucket inside.
You got to respect the two-way game of Kid Gilchrist. Terrific at clogging up passing and dribbling lanes with his length.
Murray kicks to Anderson. Here's Stone. He's covered by Murray. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable.
The drive by Gay, and then Gay with the dunk.
You got to respect Gay's ability to bury shots on the drive. He gets to the rim in no time.
Here's Stone. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. And slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
He caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
Green in the post. Graham defending. Green, no luck. Here's Stone. Dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Laverne with the steal. It's Anderson with the drive. The shot misses. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
No question. The officials were active, trying to keep control of the game that affected the substitution pattern.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Laverne. Davis Bertans comes in for Anderson. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Green. And Parker's subbed in for DeJounte Murray. That one drops for him. Bertans got his first bucket in this one. Now here's Carter Williams. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. He feeds it to Zeller. With 2 seconds left, and the layup is good.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
It's Parker outside, and as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs opening up a huge gap. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
The way we keep a lead is to keep making stops, gain rebound.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Hornets trail by 21, and on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. MKG and Williams are the forwards. Michael Carter-Williams is out there with Monk, and it's Zeller in at the 5. Ginobili the pass to Leonard. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now ending the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Bertans. That falls. Nice feed. That's Ginobili's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Charlotte shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Stolen by Ginobili. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Forbes checked in, and it's Mills in for Parker. Charlotte moving it around. Williams sets a screen for Batum. Off target from the wing. Spurs have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Rebound by Williams. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his 1st foul of the game. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. And Chris, you had a great and very long playing career. Talk about how that's prepared you for broadcasting.
I think it's prepared me for broadcasting because I have a unique take on what it takes to get ready, kind of the things that you can't be taught, kind of the war wounds, the scars that you had. I can kind of peel mine back and explain how I got them. I think that by playing for young teams, good teams, bad coaches, good coaches, by being in different situations, it allows me to explain to fan base what a player is actually going through or maybe what play is going to happen next. So I love being able to have the technical side of it with the plays because of the coaches I played for, but also being very close with some great players, understanding the mental aspect. And really, honestly, Kev, I know you're not going to, like this too well, but I work with great guys like you. So when you throw up a softball and we get to talk about something that we love, man, and you make me look great, it's easy, man, working with great teammates. You know that great teammates make you better, and you're the best point guard in the business the way you throw the assist out there. So, yeah, I've been fortunate to have good experience, and I got great teammates, and I'm having a blast doing it.
Well, you sound great, and it's an honor to work with you, but I always like the take. You always give me an answer that sometimes I don't expect, and I think that's what the fans like about your commentary.
Yeah, when I used to watch the games, and I've seen some great guys, George Blaha from Detroit, I grew up watching him, and I just love just the pure honesty of what you're thinking at that moment, and don't take it personal because I love the game, and so I don't want to have to try to protect a thought or an old school or a group of people. If a guy plays bad and he's the best in the world, I'm going to say it, and if he made a move I've never seen, I'm just really going to say it, and so I try not to exaggerate and just say specifically how I feel, and I'm glad to be a part of a game that can fill you with so much emotions. It's easy just being yourself.
That free throw good from Leonard. Chris, bench celebrations can be seen as showing up the other team. Is there a balance in your mind of how players can celebrate without maybe rubbing it in the other team's face?
I mean, this isn't baseball. If basketball was baseball, if we hit a home run, then we could trot, turn around, spin. We don't, you can have respect for your players by how hard you play against them, by preparing for them, by, not playing dirty. But basketball, no. No, the culture is in the parks. The culture is with guys that play, and the bench should have as much fun. I love watching the benches go crazy. Think of how hard those guys on the bench work all season long and may never get in. What's wrong with being hyped for your teammates? No, I don't think it should be turned. I love it. Actually, I think some of these benches need to turn it up even more. Hopefully we get a better show on the bench.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Aldridge.
Even when the entire defense was focused on stopping him, they couldn't slow him down. I mean, a terrific offensive player.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Green. Here's Laverne. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
Bacon the pass to Stone. He kicks to Kaminsky. Trains the three-pointer.
This guy is able to consistently knock down threes. Kaminsky is a tough cover on the perimeter, especially because if you close out too hard, he can counter by attacking you off the dribble. I like the burst to the bucket right there, but the finish has got to be better.
Got that one up quick.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they can pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
The feed now to Stone. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Anderson, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Here's Stone, and so it's San Antonio, easily taking this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber.
They take my kindness for weakness, still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Still coming out strong. Take my kindness for